In this video, we're still going to be continuing with our compound interest. So the question reads as follows. What is the balance in an account after 5 years if 10,000 is deposited at an annual rate of 6% compounded continuously? So normally you know the formula if we are to find balance for our compound interest would be, we have our balance would be equals to your initial value, then you will have 1 plus your interest rate, then divided by the number of times that you're going to make those deposits in a year, then all raised to the number of times multiplied by, yes, so I'm just gonna use a dot here, multiply by the number of years, which is your t in time. So normally they would give you a description that reads like this, but they're gonna say it's compounded monthly, or they're going to say it's compounded weekly. So those, what are those? If they're saying, they're going to hit you with a terminology that they would say compounded, you have monthly, you have weekly, you have quarterly, you have annually, monthly, weekly, annually, then you also have daily. So basically all these things that you're seeing here, these are the number of times they're going to be making those deposits in a year. So if you are given monthly, then you know in a month you have 12 months. It means now you're going to be doing 12 deposits in a year. Then for 5 years it's going to be that 12 multiplied by 5, then it's, I think it's 60. So for weekly we have about 52 weeks, then quarterly we have 4, then annually we have 1, then daily that's 365 days. So now I want you to be able to notice the difference. In this instance, we don't have the number of times because our n is infinite. If we're saying our n is infinite, it means in a year you can actually do as many deposits as you want, you see. So if we don't have an n, we're going to introduce the formula where we have our balance would be equals to our initial value, then we're going to have our e to the exponent r multiplied by t, you see. So also I'm gonna try and explain how do you come and get this example. So this example is the one that you're going to get to use each and every time they're saying you are having an amount that is deposited and it's compounded continuously. You're going to use this one with base e. See, so let me just explain the logic behind that. What do you have normally? You know that you have your balance equals to your initial value, then you have your a to the exponent t. But we also know that this, it's what your a, what's your a? Your a, it's your exponential or decay factor. We have exponential or decay factor, which can also be written as your a is equals to your 1 plus your r, your 1 plus r to the exponent t. And now it happens that if we are using this case where we are going to introduce the number of times per year, what are we going to have? It means we are going to have something like your a would be equals to, you have your 1 plus your rate divided by the number of times, then you have the T in years multiplied by the number of deposits that you're going to have in a year. So now what continues, if you are having continuous and continuous and continuous deposit, so this formula basically over times is going to change and be your e to the exponent r. You can say your e to the exponent r minus t. So now you see we just have to take this part here and bring it back to this one. Going to take this part and bring it back here. So you're going to say you have your b is equals to your bo, you have your e to the exponent rt, because you don't have your n in this instance. So now you're going to be able to do this equation or the question successfully by using this function. So if perhaps the explanation is still a bit tricky, just take it in this way. You check if you are given your n values. If you are not given an n values and you're seeing the word continuously, then you know you're going to use this formula. But if you see any of this mentioned, then you know you're going to use which formula? This one here. You see? So that's also one of the quickest way. Here I was just trying to explain how the formula comes with regards to the amount of deposits that you do. So now we're going to solve the question as it is using the formula. So what are we going to say? We have our b would be equals to our balance, then we have e to the exponent r multiplied by t. Then what would be that initial value or your initial deposit? It is given as your 10,000. Then we have that e. Then what is our rate? We divide this by 100, you get your 0.06. Then we have that 0.06. Then what are the years? We've given 5 years. Then you're going to multiply this by 5. Then you get how much? You get your 13,498. You get your 13,498 and 59 cents. So that's basically the balance in the account after 5 years. Because if you are given an equation that looks like this in your long format questions, because with us in calculus you do have your short form question and a long form question, you should be able to do your conclusions or make it a must that you do your conclusion at the end of your calculations. So you're just gonna conclude that the balance in the account is 13,498 and 59 cents after 5 years. See? So